50 years ago this week, Las Vegas was engulfed by Beatlemania. The hottest act in the world at the time, the Beatles had personally chosen Las Vegas to be on the band's first North American tour.
It was a curious choice given the small size of our city at the time, but the band's 2 performances here caused a sensation back then, one that's still being felt today.
George Knapp is here with our first part of our look back at a visit that helped put Las Vegas on the showbiz map.
Yeah, the average city on that 1964 tour had about 1.4 million residents back then. At the time, though, Las Vegas had 120,000 people in the entire county. Beatle historians say the band members picked Las Vegas because they wanted to see the place, as simple as that. The powers that be at the time were not exactly thrilled, though. The Strip could care less about a band that was popular with teenagers, so the biggest act on the planet didn't exactly get red carpet treatment here.
It's been a hard day's night, and I've been working like a dog.
Half a century ago, Beatlemania smashed onto American shores like a shrieking tsunami. The hit movie A Hard Day's Night was playing at Las Vegas Hundreds Theater. During the week, the Fab Four chose Las Vegas as the second stop on the band's first American tour. Hoping to avoid crazed fans, they arrived at the airport in the middle of the night, thinking they might be able to kick back and see the sights while in Las Vegas. They sidestepped the crowd at the airport, but when they arrived at the Sahara Hotel, bedlam. Thousands of hysterical teens had surrounded the place, blocked their way, pawed and jostled, and almost rioted when the band tried to enter.
Just insanity, and it makes you wonder how they put up with it.
Dennis Mitchell wasn't there, but as a kid, he too was smitten by the Beatles and turned it into a career. His long-running radio show and podcast, Breakfast with the Beatles, is heard all over the world. Mitchell's become an authority on the band and the weird little stop in Las Vegas, which by far was the smallest venue on that tour. Mitchell says the Beatles made the call themselves for one reason.
In a word, cool. The Beatles wanted to be cool. And once you're stateside, where is there a bigger cool factor than Las Vegas? So it was really a matter of them wanting to be here.
Las Vegas in 1964 was cool, as epitomized by the Rat Pack, but the Strip establishment was clueless.
No idea that this snowball was still growing and about to roll into the valley in a big way.
According to this new 2-volume book, emissaries approached every hotel on the Strip, south to north, and every one turned them down. Why sign an act that attracts teenagers? The last door they knocked on was the Sahara Hotel, which agreed to pay them $25,000 for 2 performances in the hotel's 700-seat Congo Room Theater. At first, there was little interest in show tickets along the Strip, but as the buzz mounted, the shows were moved to the much larger Convention Center Rotunda, where thousands of kids started lining up to buy tickets. The cheap seats sold for $220, the expensive ones $550.
If it had been Sinatra or Dean Martin or something, I'd have known about it, but I didn't pay attention to the Beatles.
Then Sheriff Ralph Lamb's musical taste leaned more toward Hank Williams than John Lennon, so he'd never heard of the Beatles until the buzz started building. He told the band's managers the boys would have to come down and get a sheriff's card, just like everyone else who worked at Las Vegas casinos, including entertainers.
So I got hold of the manager there, I don't even remember his name, and told him, he said, when them guys are messing around in the afternoon, you could bring them down, all of them at once, and ask for Gail Hardy there, and she'll fingerprint them and give them a work card. It's a good identification anyway. They said, are you crazy?
But Lamb says he stuck to his guns and made them do it. Local teens were already enraged by how the band was being treated. Back at the Sahara, the 4 bandmates were sequestered in the penthouse that years later would be marketed as the Beatles Suite. They couldn't visit the casino, so the casino came to them, a move that would never be allowed today. As showtime grew nearer, so many things could have gone wrong.
You had police issues, police all over the hotel, alleged indiscretions, work permit issues, bomb scares. The reporter that they sent wasn't really kind to them. So no, they didn't really get a warm welcome in Las Vegas, yet they came away saying awesome things about our city, and it was one of the great memories of the '64 tour for them.
Tomorrow we'll show you every bit of the still existing footage of those performances, every bit that we can find anyway, and we'll explain how a town better known for its fixation on Elvis or Sinatra has emerged as a keeper of the Beatles' flame. We'll also tell you about events planned for tomorrow night to mark the exact date of the 50th anniversary and hear from some prominent locals who, as kids, attended those shows. We have several links to more information and visual materials on our website. It's great to see this stuff. And I should say, as for part of my thorough research, I had to go see Paul McCartney shut down Candlestick Park last week. Just for the story, of course.
Great job.
Yeah.
We'll see you tomorrow.
All right.